I am taking a trek across Athens. I had my husband drop me off at the corner of South Millage and Macon. And I'm going to try to walk as far as I can back home using all the new greenways and the paths. Right now I'm in the Oconee Community Forest Park behind the intramural fields of UGA. And I forgot my dog's leash. And so I'm making use of plastic bags. Yay! Anyway, this is the start of my journey. I might go live again during the middle, but I really wanted to check out a lot of the greenways and see how easy and safe is it to walk, because there's still roads and stuff we have to cross. So how are the roads? How are they doing? And if you see here, I forgot this was here. There's a really cool old chimney and smoke oven. Anyway, I'll be back if anyone cares. Bye. So my first recording was live on YouTube, so I'm going to rehash here. I got dropped off at the corner of Millage and Macon Highway. And there's a trailhead there for part of the either Firefly Trail or the Athens Greenways. I don't know which one at that point. And I'm at Lake Herrick. I walked around in the forest. What I'm trying to do, the goal today, is to walk all the way across Athens towards my house, and see how far I can go, how safe it is, where all the walking paths are, because there's lots of new greenways, lots of paths. So we walk through the paths of the Oconee, I think it's called the Oconee Community Forest, behind the intramural fields. We're at the intramural fields at UGA. This is the first place I found where it's a little bit awkward, because I just came off the paths, and while it is a parking lot, I have to cross to get to the sidewalk, and then I have to cross back because I want to turn left up here. So to me, this is the first place where we're failing. The first place where it's failing to be a little bit safe. There's a big parking lot, that EO1 there. There's a big parking lot there. When I walk down Millage, I'm going to see if I could have crossed there and come out on Millage over there. But because I don't know, I'm not going to do that. My safety assessment of traversing Athens from South Millage up through town, my goal, I think, is to go to Daly's Grocers. I could walk all the way up to Sandy Creek Nature Center following the Greenway, but there's not a lot of places to stop. It might storm, so I prefer to stay where it's where I might be able to get some shelter if it does rain. But it's really not supposed to rain until the afternoon, and right now it is about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. So I'm going to stop here. I wish I can pause it. I'm going to pause and pick it up some other place. So the answer was yes, I could have walked through the parking lot. There's some stairs and a path down here on the other side, which I had no idea were here. And there's more of a path here. And I think another entrance to the parking lot up here. The other thing I mentioned in the other video is that if you see, I forgot my dog's leash. So these plastic bags are really working well. We don't throw them out. We always save them to reuse them. So I had a bunch of them in the back of the car. Anyway, pausing again. Okay, so there was no other entrance down to Millage from that to walk to across that parking lot. And now I'm at this is where cars get on. This is the entrance ramp for Loop 10. There is a crosswalk, so it's pretty safe. I'm going to push the button. And hope I don't get hit. No, we won't get hit. I'm going across this crosswalk. Okay, so at that intersection, when I had the light to walk, there were a lot of cars turning left, and the first two didn't yield. The third one realized that it was my right of way and I had a light, so they let me go. But that's something to watch out for, is because a lot of young drivers, students, are not sure if they can go, or if it's your light. They have to, it's something to be learned. Also to note is if you cross all the way on the other side of the road, oh, there is okay, I thought there was no sidewalk. There is a sidewalk. It's just set back off the road a bit. So you can cross either side of the road. You can walk on that side because we're going to have to cross this road eventually. But I think we're going to do it up close to the Greenway because it's the Greenway, and I'm hoping that it's safer to cross there. Okay, so this intersection also has a stoplight and a walkway. I don't want to show the guy in the car. But people turning right, you have to be careful of. This is the exit to I-85 to 10, Loop 10. So now we're at Riverbend, which is also a light. Also has a crosswalk on this side of the road. To get across it, you have to watch for turning right, yielding for pedestrians, and people turning left, yielding for pedestrians. So that car did not, but that's okay, there's no other ones. And I wasn't that close to the cross yet anyways. And a car coming down here that wants to turn right maybe, but I had the right of way. No, he doesn't want to turn right. Okay. And now I'm going to look at the road, the crossing at the Greenway, way up there, the next light, doesn't have a cross street. And I don't want to make the cars stop. So I'm actually going to try to cross here because there's a cross street of Riverbend which often has cars. I think that's the safer bet if you're coming from this direction. Or even if you're coming from the other direction. During the day, during a work day, you might get that light up there. You might get it easier. But considering there's no cross street and it's just a dead end into the water filtration plant or something like that, I'm not sure what all is up there. It might take a while to get the light, and when you get the light, the cars have to stop once and then stop again. So I'm just going to cross here where there's a nice crosswalk, Riverbend Road, which is quite active, and a throughway. Okay, so I crossed over here and there's no sidewalk. There's like a bike lane. If a bike comes, we get hit. So that was the safer way to cross the road because that's where Riverbend is coming. And there's no, like I said, there's no cross street up here at the Greenway. But now there's no real sidewalk. We're walking on what would be called the berm of the road. It's kind of like a bike path, but it's not really marked as a bike path. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, it is marked as the bike path. So we're walking on the bike path, which I guess is okay. Feel a little safer when there's grass and a sidewalk between us and the cars, which is what it is on the other side of the road. And there is a car coming out of the Greenway, so if we had walked up there, we might have eventually got the green. So, safety-wise, if you're walking with kids, or just in general, you probably want to stay on the right side of College Avenue until you get up to the, well, I guess it's called the North Oconee Access Road. You get to the North Oconee Access Road, which is where the Greenway starts. Prince, get over here. Which is where the Greenway starts. I'm sorry, that was my dog. And because he's just on plastic bags, I'm trying to keep him away from the traffic in case the bags break. And he moved over to the traffic, so I said, Prince, get over here. Anyway, so here we are. This is the start. This is the end of the current Greenways of Athens. This Greenway, so it's North Oconee Access Road is the name of the road. That guy probably was riding it with his bike, because there's his bike on it, his car. You can see it's a dead end. It goes down to, I don't know what all is down here. I think there's a water treatment plant. I could probably find the signs, but I'm going to pause the video again, just getting started. But you go down here and make a sharp U to the left, and you're on the Greenway. It will take you all the way up to Lexington Road. And I'm going to pause the video and see where we end up next time I start it. I hope I didn't lose all of my video that I just had, because I had some really good information for people who are walking across Athens. I was going to restart it here. When I went to look, it had gone back to the home page, and I have no idea if I have my video or not. I hope so. But I noticed something new. There's the Greenway, and this new section down here that's going on, I'm on top of a bridge, going under the bridge, and apparently, you can see over there, keeps going, is all new, and I don't know where that heads to. That will be, it's not open right now, because there's barriers across it, so hopefully that will be the next exploring I do. Right now, we're just heading on the Greenway. I'm going to walk down here, make a U-turn, go down there, and go up and end up on Lexington Road. That trail I showed you on the other side of the bridge is open from this side, and I do not know where it goes. There are a lot of student housing up on College Station Road. I wonder if it goes to, like, what's that name of that road? There's another road that cuts across, I don't remember the name of it, from Barnett Shoals to College. I wonder if this path goes that far. That's going to be explored another day, but it's good to know because that's another place I can get dropped off to try to walk across Athens someday. Okay, so we're coming up on this intersection. Something to note about it is that when you turn to the right, that's what takes you up to Lexington Road, the Waffle House near Loop 10 on Lexington Road. It comes up right next to it. Going straight, I don't know if it goes through yet. Last time I came here, there's people jogging down there, but I think it goes about a quarter of a mile and then hits a fence for the cemetery that's on campus. I can't think of the name of that cemetery, but there's no through path and you have to come back. Unless they've made a through path now, I think those joggers that are heading that way are just going to end up turning around and coming back. But I just wanted to make it clear that if you're coming this way, or when you come down the hill and you get to this T, you want to go left. If you're coming this way, you want to go right up the hill to keep going, or you'll end up in a dead end. Okay, we're approaching. This is those cars that are parked up there are in the Waffle House parking lot. This is Lexington Road, and this is Loop 10. And if you see, the first part of the Greenway coming down from is all along the entranceway of Loop 10. And so there is quite a bit of traffic noise. You can get really loud trucks, like one that just passed, passing here. But it's only for like the first tenth of a mile, and then it gets quiet as you go down the hill, and it kind of veers away from the highway. A few more points I want to make at this intersection and about the Greenway in this section is that parking lot across the street, you can see here, and actually there's more of it closer to the road, and there's a bus stop there. There's even electric charging stations for electric cars in this parking lot. That parking lot is a free parking lot from, I don't know if I don't have an electric car, so I don't think the electric chargers are free. But there's special parking spaces for electric cars. There might not be. I don't remember if there's chargers there or not. I'm very sorry. But there's a bike rack and a bus station. And that parking lot itself is free. It's a park and ride for anyone who wants to use it. And although this intersection looks daunting, there's actually a very good light system for crossing. I have crossed here many times with my dog Prince that I have today, as well as with Prince and a little blind poodle, old poodle that I carry sometimes. And I just walk across, I just wait for the lights, and there's crosswalks. The best thing to do here is to cross this road first here towards the parking lot, go to that corner that I'm looking at right there where the yield sign is near the bus station, and then cross there, because you can see there's another bus stop on the other side of the road, and that is the best way to cross. Always follow. Oh wait, actually, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Don't go over to there. Just cross here, this island here, and cross right here at this place, right across from this thing that says All In. I don't know what All In is. It looks closed, but you just go up to here, cross to that island, and then cross, and that's the safest way to cross this road. I remember now, because actually over there isn't a crosswalk. It's this island here that you're crossing from, right where that blue van is right now. That island crossing. The other weird thing that I wanted to mention here is there's no real signage as to where the Greenway goes from here. Looks like it's the end of the Greenway. you're up here with a lot of traffic and a lot of closed stores, and you're wondering, where do I go from here? Well, once you cross noisy trucks, once you cross here, you go right across behind that police car. You go up that road where that gray car is coming from, and if you see, there's a brown fence. I'll do another video once I get over there. But you see there's a brown fence up there. That's a greenway that goes all the way straight. It walks as a very straight greenway that parallels this road, Lexington Road, down to a park called Dudley Park. And that's actually Firefly Trail and the Athens Greenways. And I'll come back on when I get there. So I'm now across the road, and this is the other side of the road. There's the Waffle House. Come on, Prince. Prince was sniffing, probably lots of cats around here. So this is where you're like, where the heck does the greenway go? There's no signage. So I'm going to show you, if you're interested in keeping walking. And while this is a closed business, we'll just cut across the little intersection here. I believe they do have plans to redo this intersection because it's a very sharp turn for people. But right now it is not. So you cross Quality Market, and if you're like me and don't mind walking across grass, and Prince wants a drink. If you don't mind, just that railing is on the other side of the greenway. Hi. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good. You all right?
Yeah. I'm making a video of this corner because it's so hard for people to know where to go from that path there to this path here. The one across the street. Have a good day. All right. Okay, so it goes up there, and I think when Firefly Trail continues, I think it's going to go straight across there. Or that's what they're trying to do, but I could look at the plans. You can look at the maps better. They have the plans on their website. But we're not going to go that way. We're going to go this way, which is a combination of Firefly Trail and the Greenway. I'm not sure the exact name of this Greenway. It goes to Dudley Park, and then from Dudley you can get on the North Oconee Greenway. But this is all straight. It's like small roads that you're crossing all the way down to Dudley Park. So I'm going to sign off until we get to Dudley Park. Unless something interesting happens. Alright. Okay, here we are at the end of that stretch of the Firefly Trail. And if you notice, it says bike route temporary, and it's a ramp that goes down to the road. Now here's where it goes across. And if you see, I'll get there closer so you can see better. Across the ways there is a train trestle, an old train trestle. And at the other end of that stretch is where Firefly Trail picks up again. And you have to go down through Dudley Park and up a hill. Why don't they just connect this? Because that train trestle is the famous train trestle of REM. It was on the Murmur album cover, and people don't want to lose it. So they have to figure out how to build the connecting piece while preserving the REM train trestle. That is the history of this spot, and why right now the cyclists have to go down the ramp and cross the road and continue on. Okay, so now we're down the ramp at the road. You can see up there the end of the greenway, and it's closer up to the train trestle. And there's no road crossing here. If you notice, you have to kind of look both ways. You'll see that there's a bike, at least there is signage here, unlike up at the other intersection. It says bike route this way. And there's a nice sign that says stop here for pedestrians, so you know there's a crosswalk up here. And as soon as we cross, we'll be in Dudley Park, right behind Mama's Boys, which is a little plug. I've never eaten there, so I'll give a plug anyways because they're always busy. It's a Southern cooking, very popular restaurant here in Athens. Not that old though. It hasn't been around all that long, but it's become famous pretty fast. Come here. Alright. Actually, they consider this the beginning of the Oconee River Greenway, apparently, which I did not know. So the North Oconee River Greenway, right here. As we walk down the path. So many people, well, this parking is really for the Greenway, but I think people use it for overflow for Mama's Boys. And Dudley Park. I'm going to show the map up here of the park, just for the heck of it. So Prince, come here. Don't go too far. Okay, I got him. So we are, see, this is Firefly Trail. We just walked down here, and here's the gap. We walked up here and got on, and we're walking down here. Now, you can go this way through the parking lot and stay on Oconee River Greenway and take what's called Willow Street up here. You go up here, this is Willow Street, and it's north, that's still the North Oconee Greenway. And that will take you all the way to Sandy Creek Park. You go about 4 miles up the Sandy Creek Park. And then you can even continue, or to Sandy Creek Nature Center, I'm sorry. What did I say park for? Sandy Creek Nature Center. And then you continue on. You can go on Cook's Trail that takes you all the way to Sandy Creek Park, which is another 4 miles. And so actually here's a good picture of the North Oconee Greenway. We're here in Dudley Park, and you follow Willow, and then you get on the Greenway, and you go up to Sandy Creek Nature Center. Then you can take Cook's Trail, which takes you all the way up to Sandy Creek Park. And, I mean, if you do that from where we started, you'll have a nice 15-mile walk that day. We have done, what, 5 miles so far? Let me see. Actually, I have a watch. Actually, we have done 4.6 miles so far. I don't know. Is that why? There it is. 4.6 miles so far. And we are going to continue on, but we are going to go this way. We're going to circle up to the hill. This is up a big hill here. Should be a ballpark up there. And there's a nice artist thing here now with big metal flowers. We're going to cross this new bridge, and this is considered the start of Firefly Trail, and then this goes into town, and we're going to walk into town. One of the main reasons I'm going that way instead of the staying on North Oconee Greenway is because it might storm today, and I'd rather be near buildings where I can get shelter than in the middle of nowhere where there's no shelter, which is more beautiful. But because of the weather, I'm going to actually walk through town and start up Prince Avenue, which our house is not where my goal, getting back to our house eventually. I don't know if I'll walk all the way, but is off of Prince Avenue, so we're going to just head that way. And I'll check in later. Okay, so it's telling me my battery's getting low on my phone, but I know this phone, it tells me it's getting low and it's still got a long way to go. Although I am taking a lot of videos. But that's the big metal flowers. And those are benches you can sit on below. I don't dare sit down because I probably won't be easy to start walking again once I get up. And this is the big interchange for coming into Dudley Park, or that would be going straight on the Firefly Trail. Of course, right now the bikes have to come down here to continue on Firefly Trail, and then we're going to cross the brand new bridge that goes across. I'm going to stop now and pick up on the other side of the bridge. I did the record as we go across the bridge because the funny thing about this bridge is I heard about it being built, and I actually crossed it before the grand opening of the Firefly Trails. And when I walked across it and got to the other side, I was so surprised. I wasn't surprised. I felt like I had walked out of Athens and into a Minecraft server. And I'll show you why. I will stop here and pick up on the other side of the bridge. Now you tell me if I'm wrong calling this place the Minecraft build. Square plots of grass in their gazebo area. A square fountain, very square. All the architectural forms are blocky and square. The name of this place is The Mark. And it's a nice place, actually. It's got stores underneath and apartments or condos above. But I will continue to call it the Minecraft build. And it's on the other side of, right off the Firefly Trail, on the other side of the bridge from Dudley Park. Okay, this is the beginning of Firefly Trail. There's one of our famous Athens dogs here. It's a pretty cool one with a tree and picnics and the covered bridge. I think that's the one up. I don't know where that one is. We have a bike rack. Of course, most people want to ride, so I don't know why they have a bike rack here. But it's a little park with benches. You can stop and trash cans, and then you can walk up this hill into town, which I'm going to do. I haven't decided which roads I'm going to cut across in town, but I'm going to try to, I'll probably pick up once I get to Daly's Grocers for the end of my video. I'm running low on battery and everything. The idea of this video was to see if it was safe to walk on the greenways, and since I'm not going to be walking on the greenways, I probably won't make any major comments unless it's just odd, like ending sidewalk, which sometimes happens in Athens. Okay, bye. About it, the way I chose to walk through town was across Clayton because it's pretty flat. There's a Georgia Theater, and then across Lumpkin because it's pretty flat, and then up to Hancock because it's pretty flat. And so that's the rest of them. If you go any other way, have a lot of hills. And then the best thing to do is to take Hancock, turn, and go out onto Prince, because again you'll run into hills. If you want to walk out Prince, you might as well walk out from Pulaski, because if you walk on any other roads on this side of Pulaski, you'll end up going up and down a lot of hills. Okay, I think I'm signing off for good, unless because my battery's running out. But if not, when I stop to get lunch with the dog, I'll sign on again to just say goodbye. 6.36 miles later, that shows up. We're at Daly's Grocers, the local Athens food co-op of which we are a member. Prince is eating some venison. I'm eating a peach. And this is my first time ever trying sunflower milk, but it sounds good. And this will be the end of our trip. I could walk another 4 miles home, but I'm not going to. I hope I can put all these videos together and post it on YouTube for everyone, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye.